Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning.
Morning viewers, welcome to Seabreeze Rider channel. You find me with my friend Chris heading out towards Thurrock Services, where we're going to meet the third person in the party, Andre, and we are heading off to Belgium on a battlefields and war graves tour. Beginning of September, as you can see the weather, a little bit cloudy, but we're not expecting any rain. So this time of the year we've had a real dilemma with clothing, what to wear. So we've gone for waterproofs and lightweight stuff underneath, because apparently it's going to pick up weather-wise when we get to Belgium. Time is now 6:37, so it's an early start, but we're going to head out towards Channel Tunnel. We're going to get the train, not the ferry crossing, and head into France, and our first stop will be Dunkirk Beaches Memorial there. So it's just a 3-day trip. We'll be back Saturday. You know, life carries on, can't spend all your time on holiday, although we'd love to. And we're going to see lots of sights, and which you'll see with us throughout the videos. Any other planned journeys for the rest of the year? Probably only just short run outs, because the weather's starting to change here in the UK. And I hate to admit it, but they do say there's a biking season where people put their bikes away, unlike myself who rides all year round. But understandably so, because it can get a little bit cold and inclement and rainy in the UK as we fast approach the end of the year. So as usual, if I see anything of interest, I'll get back to you. Otherwise, it's probably the next time I get back will be when we get to the terminal and we start boarding the train. So I'll speak to you soon. We're here at Thurrock Services. Just not that busy this morning. It's alright. And this is Chris. Say hello, Chris.
Hello. Viewers.
And
welcome to the channel.
Yeah. What's the time? I think we're a bit early. What's the time is it? Oh, it's only about yeah, it's only about 10 past, and Andre should be here about half past, so not too bad. But weather looks good. I think we might have a nice journey. It's not going to be that much different in the continent, that's for sure, once we get across. Yeah, so far so good. Traffic looks pretty bad on the M25, but then we expect that. So okay. Every time I come down here, I always think, well, which one should I be in? But it's actually really, really clearly marked, and bearing in mind I do it twice a year, you kind of think I'd have that sorted out by now. But there you could go. You go passenger traffic. Absolutely. So as you can see, for the viewers, it's weather's really not improved a great deal, but quite an easy trip down the M20. It's just a case of finding a slot where we can book in. It's pretty straightforward. We get down there, just log in, and then the next one is passport control. So, alright guys? I'm talking to the viewers, yeah. That's alright, no, you can, it's very, I was thinking actually at some point, there is a system where everyone can be on the channel, but I haven't quite worked that one out yet. So it's just me talking to the channel. But we've got plenty of time. It's only, I think, 8:27. Got another hour yet, so we'll go to the terminal and chill out there. It wouldn't be a journey with me if there wasn't some sort of saga, but cutting a long story short, we had an idiot in front of us trying to get through and get his ticket to get on to the tunnel who didn't have the booking, so we had to push the bikes back and then use another lane, which wasn't great, but there you go. Then we had a little coffee in the terminal, and now we're heading for the train. I always like this bit. It's alright, you can't be heard, don't worry about it. So Chris is number 2, Andre's number 3. Andre's not done this before, so he's a train virgin. Yeah, so you can see I haven't got the sat nav on. There's no point because I know where I'm going, and then we'll sort all that out on the train. And once we leave, we're heading for Dunkirk. That's our first stop. We're going to do the historic beach at Dunkirk. That's our first stop, or first waypoint, I should say. I did say earlier on that this time of year is not that busy, but actually there's about 8 bikes behind us, so clearly everyone was waiting for the schools to stop and then go on their little jaunt away. This is slidey. We haven't got far to go, guys, so it's alright. Look at the weather, and there's apparently no more rain today in Belgium. Well, not in our bit. Of course, we're going to France, so that might be different. So this is our first stop. We're just going to walk to the memorial, which is the Normandy beaches, and we can see up ahead. Quite windy when the flags are blowing, but yeah, it's quite nice. Obviously it wasn't nice for the British Expeditionary Force in World War II, who had to get off these beaches with Germans bombing them left, right and centre. But that was a long time ago. There you go, to the glorious memory of aviators and soldiers of the armies of France and the Allies and their sacrifice at the beaches of Dunkirk on June 1940. It is amazing, yeah, it's like a peace bridge as well. There you go, so that's our first stop anyway. This is where we start posing. So we're heading towards our second stop for the day, which is the Harry Patch Memorial. We're about 10 miles away, heading towards Ypres. The rain has stayed off a little bit, not too bad, and yeah, like all things, trying to find somewhere to eat is virtually impossible. Which is typical of France stroke Belgium. But we did find a little little sort of petrol station where we've grabbed a quick snack, and then we'll look forward to this evening's meal when we get to Ypres. So we're about 3 o'clock. Been on the road most of the day, but it is nice being over in across the pond, back in Europe, riding around Belgium and France. Lovely.
Okay, so this is Nimy Bridge, and this is the site where the Royal Fusiliers 4th Battalion in August of 1914 held off the German First Army, which were over that way on that side. Here's the commemorative plaque. So 2 Victoria Crosses were awarded, one to Lieutenant Dees and Private Godley. Yeah, quite significant really. The actual place where they were is up on the, I think we can go up there, but it says here on August the 23rd was their stand. Sidney Godley and Maurice Dees held off a sort of onslaught of Germans coming across the bridge. Dees was unfortunately mortally wounded, and Godley was wounded, but he managed to throw the bits of the machine gun that he was manning into the canal. I'm just going up here, making a bit of an effort of it. And so here, I reckon that they were on sandbagged and gun emplacement on there, which was an ideal situation because, of course, couldn't get across. The rest of the battalion was stretched along in the canal, and they held off the Germans coming across the bridge, which, if you think about it, is very, very heroic. They were under fire constantly. Although they were returning fire, you know, the machine guns can only do so much. And the Middlesex Regiment were a little bit further up along there. Now, they do say that the rifle fire from the British Army was so intense that the Germans actually thought they had machine guns. It was so accurate that they repulsed the first wave of soldiers coming across, and they were able to hold a great larger number than themselves off for a good 24 hours. And then they retreated, known as the famous retreat at Mons. So quite impressive, really. Yeah, so we managed to get here. We were a bit late, but it was pretty tricky to find for some reason, but anyway, we managed to get here. Yeah, so you can see behind me, that's where they put the plaque, and as I showed previously, gun emplacement was at the top, and so for their bravery, Maurice Dees was awarded Victoria Cross posthumously. Sadly, he passed away, and Private Godley was wounded but taken back to a German dressing station, recovered from his wounds, was then imprisoned as a POW, and subsequently got his Victoria Cross when he was released from custody. So, yeah, quite a story, really. Right, what we're going to do is have a little break, and then we're going to head back. Yeah, at least the weather's changed for the better. It's around about sort of 5:30 now, so we're going to head off. We've got about 60 miles to Ypres, and then we'll settle into where we're staying, get out and have a few beers, I think, and start off tomorrow nice and fresh. Yeah, it's been a bit of a long day in the saddle today, but all good. That was our little visit to Nimy Bridge, scene of a double Victoria Cross award
to Lieutenant D's and Private Godley of the Royal Fusiliers. Interesting enough, the Royal Fusiliers was my first regiment, and the Middlesex Regiment was a forebear of the Queen's Regiment, which Chris and I also served with. So, oh, and then Chris was in the Fusiliers as well. He just said over the intercom. So there you go. So we have a massive connection, regimental history and everything. Right, we're going to head back now and get to Ypres and have a beer. Right, off we go. Now it was a bit tricky getting to here. We did find our way eventually, but I did Google it before we arrived here, so I recognised this little approach to the bridge. But now we should be alright getting back. It's pretty straightforward. We haven't really got time to go to the military cemetery where Lieutenant Dees is buried, sadly, but hey, we can always do that on another day. Now that particular canal was originally, I think, made to haul coal, because this is was originally a coal mining area in Belgium. So my research tells me. Okay. Oh, and the weather's lovely now, isn't it? It's 24 degrees. That is a proper balmy September day, that is. 24 degrees. Oh. Well, I suppose technically it's autumn now, isn't it? So we're just coming into Ypres, and we've had a long day in the saddle, but it's been very enjoyable. We're now trying to find our accommodation. It shouldn't be too difficult. Got enough documentation to find it. There you go, little sign for Ypres there. Just coming through the walled city. So, if you've enjoyed today's video, and if it's been informative, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, it's your first time on the channel, please do so. And I will speak to you tomorrow, where we do a little bit, we'll go a little bit further out, and we do a few more things, a few more cemeteries, including Tyncott, so we're looking forward to that. But until then, speak to you soon.